Hi there everyone, welcome to Tech Cravers. Today we're taking a closer look at the smallest and most powerful retro gaming handheld or emulator that I have ever tested. And with a closer I mean really close, because the RG Nano from Anbernic is basically designed to be the size of a keyring. It has an all-metal design finished in this awesome blue color. At least this device here has that color, because you could also get it in red or purple finishes. Speaking of getting it, I got mine from my friends over at LitNXT, and they were kind enough to give me a 10% discount code for you to use on any RG Nano order if you use the code I provide in the video description. It lets you buy the RG Nano for under $60. So once again, a big shout out to LitNXT for providing me with this review unit, as well as providing a discount code for you guys. So this is my first boot ever of the RG Nano, and as you can see, it's fast enough so that you can start up and play on the go whenever you like. And I wasn't joking before, by the way, when I told you it's designed as a keyring. Anbernic actually ships this device with a keychain so you can attach it to your actual keys. And apart from the keyring, the handheld and the keychain, we get a charging cable and a USB-C to 3.5mm headphone cable, so you can use your headphones of choice. And depending on which version you buy, you can also get an SD card loaded with games. My device came with a 128GB card with literally thousands of games. And while this device is by no means a powerhouse that will play your Dreamcast games or even your N64 games, the lack of an analog stick would make it a terrible experience anyway. I'm thrilled to see how well this handles lower systems like NES, SNES, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advanced, and even PlayStation games. Speaking of powerhouse and what it can handle, let's just talk quickly about what's inside this cute little handheld. And Anbernic decided to go for an RAM Cortex A7 CPU in the Nano, and it's clocked at 1.2 GHz. There's 64MB of DDR2 RAM, and you can order it with a 64GB or 128GB micro SD card, and either way it's gonna be stuffed with games. The screen is 1.5 inches and 240x240 resolution, meaning there's a 1:1 aspect ratio, and it's an IPS LCD display that has a 60Hz refresh rate. For battery we get 1050 mAh, so on average you're gonna play about 2 or 3 hours before having to charge. The device has an all aluminum body which feels very premium, and it only weighs about 75 grams. And it comes preloaded with FunKey OS. Here's the thing with these little handhelds. I have to say I really love how cool this product is. The size and the design are fantastic, and the idea of having all my games from NES to PlayStation right on my keychain is just amazing. However, I do have large hands, and playing on something this small for long periods can be very uncomfortable. Even playing for more than 5 or 10 minutes at a time can be a bit uncomfortable. But maybe that's exactly the kind of handheld that you need. Something that you can easily pull out of your jeans, yes, that small change pocket on those Levi's, and play for a quick 5 minutes while waiting for the next bus. If that's the case, then this is definitely the device for you. Keep in mind though that because of the extremely small size, sacrifices must be made, and those sacrifices have been made to the buttons. And don't get me wrong here, Anbernic have probably used the best possible buttons they could, but while the case feels very premium, the shoulder buttons, the D-pad and the face buttons feels more like something that you would find on a $5 kid's toy. And because of the small size, the D-pad sometimes registers false inputs, making it hard to use in games where you need precise controls. The speaker in the bottom is loud for the size though, and gives a clear sound from the game you're playing. But enough for the buttons. If you buy this device, then you probably already are okay with it being small. That is the whole selling point, for God's sake. Here it is next to my Pixel Buds Pro for reference. Something that I can't really blame on the small size, however, is the software. The FunKey OS is, in my opinion, a very underdeveloped operating system, and every time I use it, it feels as if I have to relearn everything again. The first thing you need to know is that this device has no sleep function of any kind, which is quite bad for a handheld that I feel would work so great while commuting. It does start very fast, however, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, so that compensates a little bit for that. The default menu system on here is the G Menu 2X. You swap between pages using the shoulder buttons, and you start games with Start or A, but it can be a bit tricky to back out of folders or menus, or maybe it's just me, but I simply don't like it as it's non-intuitive if you ask me. Luckily, you can just click the power button on the side and scroll down to Set Launcher Retro, and you'll get this more common style menu if your main usage for this device is gaming, because if you want to reach the media player functionality for podcasts or music, you need to launch into the G Menu 2X. And before I summarize this, I want to show you some PlayStation emulation. I don't know why, but I really love the fact that this small thing plays PlayStation games at full speed. It's not like I'm gonna complete Metal Gear Solid on this device, but just seeing it running as well as it does really gets to me. For other more traditional side-scrolling PlayStation games, like Metal Slug X, it's more of a perfect fit while on the go. And it's definitely something that I could see myself playing on the RG Nano. And the smallest device I've used before the RG Nano is the Miyoo Mini Plus, and as you can see it's enormous next to the Nano. The difference, however, is that the Miyoo Mini Plus can actually be used to play a game for long sessions, and truth be told, even the Miyoo Mini Plus gives me some cramps from time to time. However, even though the Miyoo Mini Plus is a very small and pocketable device, it's no way near the Nano in terms of it, since the Nano can be put in basically any pocket you have and stay there until you remember where you put it. And that's been it for my small review of the small handheld RG Nano from Anbernic. This is a somewhat gimmicky device that you could wear with you on any trip or occasion without even noticing it in your pocket. It plays all your games from NES to PlayStation without any real issues, it has a very premium feel to it and it won't get smashed among your other things in the bag. However, the software lags behind and really needs an update. I hope the community will come up with a custom firmware that we can swap out the stock OS with ASAP, and making this device really freaking awesome. If you want to support the channel, don't forget to like this video and leave a comment on what you think of small devices like this. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more content like this. Thanks for watching, Tech Cravers out.